What is the play-in tournament? Well, first of all, it's not the playoffs. If you lose, you go straight to the lottery where you belong anyways. This ain't the playoffs. It's just an opportunity at the playoffs, even though you had 72 games to have an opportunity at the playoffs. But yet the NBA still felt that it was necessary to give you another crack at the playoffs. It's dumb. That's basically what it is. It's stupid. I don't like the process. I'm not saying it just because I'm a Laker fan and LeBron said it. I've always felt this way. The play-in is dumb when you have half the teams in your league already making the playoffs. Over half already making the playoffs, and now you want to give two more teams an opportunity who probably don't have respectable records to begin with. But the play-in tournament will consist of 4 teams from each conference, the 7, 8, 9, and 10. The 7 seed in the conference will play the 8 seed, and the winner will become the 7 seed. Dumb, right? It makes no sense. And the 9th and 10th place teams will play one another, and the loser of that game will be eliminated from postseason contention, which they should already be because they were 9 and 10. This is common sense. This doesn't make sense at all. But it's happening, so let's cover it. Gosh. So anyway, yeah. So the loser of the 9 and 10 game, 9 versus 10 game, will be eliminated from postseason contention. But the winner between the 9th and 10th will play the loser of the 7th and 8th. And the winner of that game will become the 8th seed. So just to get right into the video, our first play-in preview, we're gonna do play-in predictions, and then I'm gonna wait to do a separate video when the actual playoff bracket is set and ready, just so we can just know what teams are there and we can just give our predictions, and y'all can pick based off what I say, because my predictions are going to be correct like they always are. We have the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Indiana Pacers. This one, as far as a prediction goes, well, first of all, Charlotte won the season series 2-1. LaMelo came off the bench in the first 2 meetings they played earlier this season, and it was one of those back-to-back opponents, back-to-back games against one another. Melo dropped 8 points in the first matchup, and then he came and dropped 16 in the second matchup. He didn't play in the third matchup. With Indiana, I'm just not sure about them. They seem so banged up. I think Sabonis might be there, but I know they have a lot of people like Brogdon I think is out. This series, I really think that I'm really leaning towards Charlotte. I think that's what I'm going to go with, because Indiana just seems so off this year, which I predicted they would be off. They and the Raptors are 2 teams who were in the playoffs last year, who I said that weren't going to make the playoffs. And replacing them, I said it would be the Knicks and the Hawks. And, you know, the Pacers aren't in yet. The Raptors didn't even make the play-in. So I think I'm going to stand corrected on that prediction. So I'm going to take Charlotte to win this game right here and have an opportunity to play. We'll find out next for the 8th spot. The Wizards, they caught fire, late in the season. They were once, I think on April 2nd, they were 15 games under 500. Boston started really hot, and they just went downhill from there. Jaylen Brown got injured. He's out for the season with a wrist injury. Kemba's been in and out of the lineup. They've had COVID protocols. Anyway, they won the season series against Washington 2-1. And in this game, just because Boston just seems something just doesn't seem right. I'm not even just talking about the Jaylen Brown injury. I'm just talking about their season as a whole. This is just like the Pacers. Something doesn't seem right with them, and I feel the same thing with Boston. So I'm going to take Washington, who's been the hotter team, to win this game and go on to be they will be the 7th seed if they win. So now we got Charlotte versus Boston in the playing for the 8th seed. Boston won the regular season series 2-1, and I'm going to take the Celtics to win this series against the Hornets. Although it would be cool to see LaMelo make it to the playoffs his rookie year. That'll be another thing he have over his brother Lonzo, because Lonzo's never been to the playoffs yet. But anyway, Boston is down, but I think that Brad Stevens knows the urgency to win this play-in and at least just have a shot they'll play Philly in the first round. They won't beat Philly. No, we'll save that for another time. But you can't lose this. You can't lose a play-in tournament, because I think that if Boston doesn't make it to the playoffs, whatever is going on, I think it's just going to intensify. This is where they are now. I still think they're going to get in. They're going to get the 8th seed, and LaMelo just come up just short, but they'll have their moment in the sun. Charlotte just has to keep building because they have something with LaMelo. I don't think I expected him to be this good in the NBA this early, but hey, he's really good. But I'm going to take Boston to win this series, and I got Washington and Boston keeping their playoff spots. The only thing that's going to be flipped is their positions. Boston will fall to 8. Washington will rise to 7, which is not saying much. We have the San Antonio Spurs at the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies won this season series 2-1. Ja Morant had a big game against the Spurs in the season opener. He dropped like 42, but they still came up short. But Memphis was still able to take the overall season series over the Spurs, the new look Spurs, the unfamiliar Spurs. It's still weird looking at the Spurs knowing that they don't have the guys that they used to have, because those guys have been there for so long. I'm talking Tim Duncan, by the way, congratulations on the Hall of Fame. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, the list goes on, but those are the main 3 guys. Kawhi Leonard even. These are not the same Spurs, and the Grizzlies are on the rise. The Grizzlies have something with Ja Morant. They know what pieces they need to eventually try and climb higher in the ranks of the Western Conference, the tough Western Conference. But I didn't see Memphis in this position preseason. I didn't see them here. I know they were close last year. They lost the play-in tournament down in the bubble to Portland. But that's Dame and that's CJ, so that was to be expected. But I'm going to take Memphis to win this time around, because I think they are the better team, and they have to win this to be taken serious next year as a Western Conference playoff contender. They're not there, not even close as a championship team. I'm not sure how far off they are, but I know they're a long ways off. The Lakers won this season series 2-1. I know a lot of people, of course, a lot of Warrior fans are taking their team to win, but some know that the Lakers are the better team. If Clay was around, maybe it'd be a different story, maybe. But I as a fan, I'm trying to be objective about this, but I'm taking the Warriors serious because it is one game, but the Lakers are the better team. And they proved that even in the regular season series where they won 2-1, which I just mentioned. The first game, Warriors got the Lakers. They blew a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. Steph scored like 8 in the fourth, and the Warriors came away with a 2-point, 115 and 113 victory. They won, but they could have very much well lost that game as well. So the second and third game, AD didn't play. The Lakers' defense is elite. Give them that credit. They have an elite defense. The reason I think the Lakers are going to win this game and win it convincingly is because they have guys that can touch Steph. They have guys who can clamp Steph down, not lock him down, shut him out, and Steph doesn't score anything. Steph is going to get his, but his will not be enough to translate to a victory, because there are going to be other guys who will need to help and contribute, and they're not going to be able to because the Lakers' length, the rim protection. Warriors do not have that length, and they don't have Klay Thompson, and they don't have KD, and I know I'm just reaching, but they don't have that in this game, and they need that in order to beat the Lakers. I know Draymond, he played the 5 in the past, but come on, man, this is AD. This is Anthony Davis. We got Marc Gasol out there who can hit the 3. Trying to be objective, and I keep saying we. I'm trying to quit saying we, even though I'm a fan. But they have Montrezl Harrell, who was a beast in the season series against them. He had like 27 off the bench in one game. LeBron back to where he needed to be. I know the ankle, he tweaked it a little bit in the finale against New Orleans, but he popped right back up. LeBron popped right back up after he tweaked that ankle. So that lets me know that he's serious about this. Like I said, it is one game. If the Warriors win, I will be surprised. If they win, I'll give them all their props, because if the Lakers do lose, they will go on to beat Memphis or San Antonio, even though I predicted Memphis, but it's just a prediction. So But I'm taking the Lakers to win this game, taking the Lakers to get that 7th seed in Phoenix. We're going to burn you out to the ground. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. But taking the Lakers to get that 7th seed, and the Warriors will have to play the Grizzlies and for the 8th seed. I'm going to take Steph and company to win that game. They'll get the 8th seed, which is where they currently are. They just have to fight for it, which is stupid because the play-in is stupid. They're going to beat the Grizzlies. And I think that Stephen Curry will be the hump that John Morant will have to get over in his career. Steph Curry is going to be the guy that when we look at John Morant, we're going to be like, he has to eventually get over the hump of Steph Curry. Steph will be his initiation into trying to get over. So I'm going to take the Warriors to win that game against the Grizzlies, and I think the Warriors and Lakers will maintain their spots. That means the Warriors will play the Jazz in the first round, and the Lakers got the Suns. And that's funny because the Lakers played the Suns as a 7 seed back in 2006 when the Lakers were up 3-1 and lost. But hey, this is a different team right here because this Lakers team is. Hey, you get the point. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Anyway, guys, this has been my play-in predictions. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for hearing me out. Listen, watch the games because I know I'm going to be 100% right on my predictions. So watch them. Get back to me. We're going to do the official playoff predictions right after the play-in tournament is over. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for hearing me out. Until next time, take care, guys.